Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here on my talk show. And today we're going to be talking about Mets baseball. It's been looking good here on forward, and the Mets have been nothing but phenomenal at this point. But we will say one thing: um, we are going to be talking all Mets on this broadcast. We're going to be talking a little bit about Jay Bruce, on how Bartolo Colon is looking, and so far and so far. But we want to thank you all for listening here on my podcast. It can't ask for anything better. But I will say one thing though: check out my website if you want to listen to all of our channels, all of our news, all of our posts. Please feel free to do so by going to ajgsportstalk.com/AJG That's right, I said it. So, anyway, let's get in. Let's talk about all Mets news in this past half an hour. But we want to give you a word from our sponsor.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute.
Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and everything that's in it.
Floors, doors, walls, halls, white sidewall tires, and old golf balls.
Sinks, stoves, bathtubs he'll do. He'll even help clean laundry too.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute.
Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and everything that's in it.
Can he clean a kitchen sink?
Quicker than a wink.
Can he clean a window sash?
Faster than a flash.
Can he clean a dirty mirror?
He'll make it bright and clear.
Can he clean a diamond ring?
Mr. Clean cleans anything.
Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Mr. Clean will clean your whole house and everything that's in it. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to AJG Sports Talk podcast. And I am your host, Anthony G. And today we're going to be talking about all New York sports news. So let's get on and talk about on how Jay Bruce has been slumping. We have been noticing since he's been a member of the New York Mets, he hasn't been looking good at all. He is 3 for 25 over his last 7 games with no extra base hits. And the slump is looking really tiring for the veteran. And I will say one thing, though, that the Mets have been sloppy with this trade deadline inquiry, while a traveling pack of the Mets fans chanting Bruce. There is no Bruce. It looks really bad for him because, you expect that you were doing really good in the beginning of the first half, and now all of a sudden you're just not doing nothing since you've been moving on. So, it's whether good vibes are surrounding the slump outfielder, but the Mets need to really work on his fundamentals in regards to his fastball and foul outs from a slider. This is not looking good, and Jay Bruce needs to start getting his reputation back, starting to get a little bit more momentum. I think we should. This is me. This is honest. What I think. I think they should sit him down until the playoffs time, and maybe he'll have a little run in the playoffs. But as of right now, he's not contributing. He's not doing the job. So we need to have somebody come in and really get the job done. So, and that being said, we need to either do something in the offseason in regards to Jay Bruce, or we need to just we need to figure out something, because this is not it's not helping anymore. It's just that we expect a guy to come in and contribute, and just something that he's not doing at all. He's not doing it all. So we need to be able to fix this for Jay Bruce. Moving right along. Lucas Duda is stretching out. He's looking pretty good. He should be coming back, I think, by the end of the week. I'm going to say, I think he's coming back, I think, Sunday. But they're saying Lucas Duda has been smacking home runs. He's been looking good. He belted 6 out of 7 home runs in the season during the Mets' 8-0 win over the Braves. I mean, it was so funny was because I was reading a whole big thing here in regards to Lucas Duda, him and his repetition coming back, and what he feels that he should do in contributing extra help with this team. Me personally, I think the Mets should get rid of him in the offseason and try to maybe move on with him. But as of right now, I don't think he's going anywhere. But it was so funny was because Terry Collins said on Wednesday, it says, our fans should be excited. It's the last homestand. They should be excited to come out and see what happens in these last 10 games. And also, don't forget that Lucas Duda will be coming back. So hopefully he can contribute and actually do something to help this team move on a really good stretch and a really good run. Also, don't forget this inquiry, Lugo. He was in the minor leagues, came up in the second half of the season, and because of Jacob deGrom was hurt for a while. A couple of our guys, also Matt Harvey. Lugo is really, this guy's really looking good. Impressive. It's so funny was because Seth Lugo made a record of one of his 5 strikeouts in 7 innings of work on the mound as he gets Matt Kemp to go down swinging in the 6th. That was actually last night. So, I mean, it's funny is because this guy really looks impressive, and I wouldn't say anything better than impressive. But also, with Jacob deGrom will be returning on Sunday. The Mets closer has a frontline rotation in place. It says here that the 26-year-old, which is Lugo, has a 4-2 record with a 2.40 ERA. He has gone 4 of 1 with a 2.27 ERA in his last 5-game start. And I mean, I couldn't say anything better than that. I mean, it really sounds so impressive. This guy has phenomenal arm stuff. He looks good, and he's hungry. See the problem? Let me explain the problem here lies. If you don't have passion for a sport, or you're not passionate enough to be on a certain team, then maybe you shouldn't play. And, you know, you hustle every play. You throw out every pitch. Even if you're not doing good, at least try. You know, look at Bartolo Colon. The guy is 43 years old. Mind you, 43 years old. Guy still pitches like he was a rookie. Still pitches like a rookie. Anyway, look, Juan Lagares is rejoining the New York Mets. He will be coming up with Lucas Duda on Saturday. Hopefully, his rehab is looking pretty good in the instructional league games. The Mets will return to the club, but he will be called, and he will also be on the bench as a contributor. Right now, our set 3 guys right there in the outfield look really good as of right now. Curtis Granderson is knocking the cover off. I mean, he's looking really impressive right now. Also, don't forget that, you know, our man Cespedes, you can't get rid of him. You can't get rid of the guy because the guy is just outright impressive. But also, don't forget that Jacob deGrom will be returning to the Mets rotation on Sunday. It says recovering from forearm inflammation. Inflammation. Rightly will be held 75 pitches versus the Twins. So his pitch count is 75. They don't want to stretch him out too much. You know, they don't want to hurt his forearm. But I mean, the Mets the Mets will be getting their pitching staff back, their rotation. So hopefully everything works well for the Mets in that regard. Also, don't forget that last night Cabrera and Jose Reyes followed up with home runs. So after Jose Reyes homers, Cabrera rips the 20th off the season. He's looking really good this year, and it was so funny was because there were a lot of doubters that were talking about Cabrera, and they said that Cabrera, it was just not the guy for the Mets, and people were so mad about it. But you know what? I was for it. I was like, I think this guy's going to be really good. He was good with where he was at, and you know what? Hey, I was right. So this is really, really looking good for the Mets, and hopefully the Mets do pursue in this playoff run. Hopefully we get back into the World Series again. And don't forget that Bartolo Colon has made great stability in depth with the pitching rotation. He should be your veteran ace. I think that Bartolo Colon is nothing but a great sideshow. Just because that he's 43 years old doesn't make a difference. I think this guy's grown so much better now as a veteran as opposed to years to come. And you know what? The Mets, in their rotation stuff, has been looking very impressive. And the Mets are being very impressive right now. I mean, at first we thought the Mets weren't going to go anywhere yet again. And they're making a playoff run yet again. So, hopefully history repeats itself, but to a dramatic ending as opposed to winning the World Series this year. So, yeah, all you Yankee fans, don't be crying because you know what? The Mets and Yanks probably will see it, hopefully. But don't forget that that Bartolo Colon has won his last 3 starts, so he is looking really good. Colon is scoreless outings. Bartolo Colon was hurt during that game, by the way, but has been looking very impressive. If you guys like my talk show, I want you guys to like me on Twitter, Facebook, tweet me, and also don't forget, subscribe to me. Also, we will be doing some promotions next month in regards to some tickets, some sales. If you go to my website at ajgsportstalk.com, you go on the ticket pick and you guys can purchase your Mets playoff tickets. Also, don't forget you guys could do that as well with the Yankees as well on my website at ajgsportstalk.com/ajgs. I want to hopefully we guys have another show. We will be chatting with everybody very soon.